don't care if they destroy the dog. Just don't do it with a bullet to the head. Do it with the sodium, whatever that is.
Pentothal or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what they give dogs.
No, that's to get the dog to tell the truth. Anyway, then they had a report on this really cruel woman who she lives in this tiny apartment in Manhattan and keeps 4 cats locked up in a bathroom. Yeah.
I never locked my cats in a bathroom. How dare you?
And runs off to England, leaves them alone.
I don't. Are you kidding?
All right, go ahead.
Cats always they get better care than your children, probably.
She writes letters.
Anyway, Robin, come on. You've got a lot of news to do, and
they've always got people watching them.
What's going to happen with this New York Times thing that they're screwing me? Is anything going to happen? No, right?
Probably not.
Not. Okay. Just wanted to brace myself. Let's ask the Magic 8 Ball.
I certainly don't think they're going to reprint the list.
Let's ask the Magic 8 Ball.
They have an obligation to go with it now.
I don't have the Magic 8 Ball.
You don't have it?
No.
You don't have any 8 Ball? Not the OJ 8 Ball?
Let me see.
Not the Cato 8 Ball? There's your Magic 8 Ball.
Get out of here. Fred has the Magic 8 Ball. That gorilla's a moron. He brings me the real Magic 8 Ball. Hey.
Not the Judge Ito 8 Ball?
No. Where is it? 8 Ball, where is the other Magic 8 Ball?
You asked the 8 Ball.
Oh, my. All right. Here it is. Here's the 8 Ball, Magic 8 Ball. Thank you. You want to ask the Joan Rivers 8 Ball, Jerry Seinfeld 8 Ball, Arnold Schwarzenegger 8 Ball, Jan Michael Vincent 8 Ball, OJ.
I couldn't remember how many 8 Balls we had.
Elephant Boy 8 Ball, Judge Ito 8 Ball, Cato 8 Ball, or Wood Yee 8 Ball?
Ooh, Wood Yee.
All right, the Wood Yee 8 Ball. We have 8 balls. This is Wood Yee. Will the New York Times change the book list for this Sunday?
Wow, you're funnier than Jim Carrey.
There it is. Come on, let's ask some 8 Ball that says something. Let's ask the Cato Kalin.
Cato Kalin 8 Ball? I was going for the Jan Michael Vincent.
Oh, okay. You want that one?
He always says something.
Right.
Question is what?
Jan Michael Vincent 8 Ball. Will the New York Times bestseller list be changed for this Sunday so that it will reflect that I truly am the #1 best-selling book in America?
It ain't none of your deal.
Well, there you go.
It seems to be coming up with the same answer.
I don't think it'll be changed. It ain't none of your deal.
You want to ask Judge Ito or...
You like this?
Rivers?
All right, I'll ask... You want Judge Ito?
Yeah.
Haven't heard from him in a while. Who do you want to ask?
Judge Ito.
All right. Judge Ito, will the New York Times bestseller list be changed to reflect the fact that I truly am #1?
All right, we're going backwards at this point.
See? Can't get a straight answer.
Not from any of these 8 Balls.
Answer that again, please.
How about some more?
What do you say?
How about some more?
Some more questions?
He doesn't want to answer that one anymore. Let's try Jerry Seinfeld.
That's funny that you say that, because he'll give us a straight answer. Unless you want to talk to him about a 16-year-old. Now, hold on. Jerry, will the Sunday Times be changed?
I stand by that statement.
Who put this together? Jerry, will it be changed?
Boy, that is true.
It will be changed.
I don't know. I'm confused
Me too.
by all these 8 Balls. It doesn't matter. Thank you.
The Polish Pope put together these 8 balls. Ann Landers doing real well.
The Polak Pope. That's what...
Yeah, the Polak Pope, she called him. Ann Landers. Ann Landers talks like this. I hate the Polak Pope. I'll tell you who else I hate. There's a lot of people I hate, and I never came clean before because I was always worried about syndication. This is how she talks. I've seen her on talk shows. She talks like this. I hate the Polish. I hate that Polak, the Pope, and that schmuck Jesus.
The schmuck Jesus.
That schmuck Jesus. That's right. The goddamn
boy.
Polacks and that schmuck Jesus. She talks like this, Ann Landers. No wonder she's all upset, calling people Polacks. See people's true colors come out. And she did apologize. She goes, I'm sorry.
Tell the Polacks I'm sorry.
Yeah, I apologize to all Polacks and that schmuck Jesus. And the goddamn Catholics. And the stupid Guinea Mayor Giuliani.
He knows how to win friends and influence people.
All right, here's who I don't like. That Polak Pope, that schmuck Jesus, and the Guinea Giuliani. And Spick Geraldo. Half Spick. Kike. Here's who I hate. Because I used to see her on, like, Mike Douglas and stuff. That's when she was...
all sweetness and light.
She was boring. I think that little girls should not wear patent leather shoes because then these boys can see their panties in the reflection. You know, stuff like that. I think that a teenage girl should not wear lipstick. She should wait till she is 23. No, she always had advice. Very conservative. Now, all of a sudden, I guess her popularity must be on the decline. Now she's trying to be a shock advice columnist. Goddamn Polacks, they make them the Pope, and Spick Geraldo, and for Christ's sakes, and Schmuck Jesus. And not to mention that Schwartz the Dinkins was a pain in the ass. I can't stand the whole goddamn lot of those Schwartzes. What? What?
I would really love to hear somebody say that. Schmuck Jesus.
Well... She should write a whole column. If she wrote a column like that, I want. I can't stand the goddamn schmuck Jesus, and I don't miss that fag Liberace, and I can't stand the whole lot of you. I'm sick of being Ann Landers. And you got chinks like Connie Chung who are getting paid millions of dollars to do the news, and I'm sitting here writing a goddamn advice column and practically not even making a living. When Jews like Maury Povich can take their income, combine it with a chink like Connie Chung, and make a fortune. And you got some goddamn slopehead like Yoko who comes to this country and inherits all John Lennon's money. And I hope that jackass Clinton gets out of Bosnia. That's all. Now, that would be a good Ann Landers. If she came clean.
We only scratched the surface. With that Polak.
Stupid Polacks. Crying out loud. During World War II, the goddamn Polacks didn't stand up for anybody. Sat there and killed everyone. And you get these pickaninnies like Stevie Wonder who go out there and make a fortune in this country while good standing white people can't make a dime in the music industry.
Boy.
That's all I want to say. Standing there with his bland ass self, all of them braids. If he knew what he looked like, he wouldn't look that way. Someone ought to advise Stevie Wonder. You can get that lazy bastard Christopher Reeve getting interviews with Barbara Walters sitting there in that chair, falling off a horse. Any idiot can fall off a horse.
You've never been interviewed by Barbara Walters.
No, I can't get an interview with that lazy bastard Christopher Reeve can get one. Sitting there exercising. That's not exercise if somebody else is doing it. Scumbag. She's angry. You know, the angry Ann Landers. Yeah, see?
Rip off that facade.
I don't like it. And she talks like a guy. What is that, a lisp?
She claims it's a Midwestern accent.
Oh, come on.
I hear a lot of people talking like that.
Nice arm, Bob Doll. Nice arm. Holding that friggin' pen, that smelly pen. A schmuck. Schmuck Jesus. Can't stand a whole lot of these Polacks or anybody. Think. Ann Landers
on People.
Yeah. See, they ought to interview her now.
That's a bit. Ann Landers on People.
I'm sorry. And afterwards she should apologize. I'm sorry. I don't mean Jesus was a schmuck.
Yeah, take out the wet noodle and give me 40 lashes.
Yeah, for each little insult. What do I care? I'm only going to live in a couple of years. If I'm lucky. I'm Ann Landers. I'm 150 years old.
How much more advice could she have?
Yeah. I haven't had a man in ages. Once that little Potts Hervey villager sniffed me, because he was standing right next to me. He was buried in my crotch. But that was as close as I got. You see these goddamn Negroes with their balls dribbling and they make all this money? And I'm a journalist and I can't make a friggin' dime? Screw the Polacks and the Negroes and everyone else. I'm Ann Landers, goddammit. Screw yous all. See these big Negroes. And the only reason they're big is because we were nice enough to breed them. Now, screw them all. I'll tell you, there's people I like. Mark Furman. A handsome stand-up guy. And sit there and dribble a ball for a living, get overpaid. Busy cracking the skulls of Negroes. And these homos, they climb on each other's asses. You shoot them all. For crying out loud. Where do you see a decent, upstanding person climbing all over somebody else's ass?
That's why she can't get a man.
Yeah.
They're too busy with each other.
If it weren't for all these homos, I'd have myself a good-looking, handsome man, but they're all sitting there sticking their booties in each other's faces. I'm supposed to be getting laid. That's my just dessert. Excuse me, I'm being punished because I'm a heterosexual woman who talks funny. You see tributes on TV, greaseballs like Sinatra, and a house Negro like Whitney Houston.
Oh, boy.
And a descendant of moneylenders, Dustin Hoffman. So talented, so friggin' talented. Let him give some advice to somebody for once. Let's see them do that. Right? That's all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Bastards. Fags and chinks, knuckle draggers. Some country. Bust my balls trying to give out a good column. Look at the things like I tell you one thing about a Polak, and that's it. Screw years old. The fish face like Melissa Etheridge who gets worshipped. Doesn't even make it with a man. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Ann Landers. Epi Epstein. What is my name? Epi
Epperson.
Thank you. Anyway, what is in the news, Robin? Beside Ann Landers. You got to get off that story.
Oh, dear.
There is your theme music.
Thank you very much.
So?
Jay Leno is in the news today. He is going to Bosnia.
Good. It's about time that fathead did some service to his country.
To entertain the troops. Late next week, they're calling him the ruling king of late night.
Don't get too carried away yet, Jay. We'll see how you do when I go on. Letterman.
We'll make the whirlwind trip.
He's not the ruling king of late night. You know who is? Ted Koppel. Jenny Jones is the ruling king of late night.
He was invited to Italy by the Air Force.
According to the New York Times, Jay Leno is not the king of late night. What those soldiers want is two broads kissing, not to sit and look at Jay's lantern jaw.
He'll kick off his mission on December 15th by interacting with the troops via satellite on The Tonight Show. Right after taping the show, Leno will rush off to a waiting plane that will transport him to the base.
I might go with him and have some women kiss and strip for them. Because Jay doesn't know what to do when that happens.
Then, taking a page from Bob Hope's book, he will perform a holiday show for the troops on Saturday, December 16th.
Boy, he's trying so hard.
Yeah.
He's
trying to become something that was good 50 years ago.
Yeah. I mean...
And he'll make it back in time, I guess, to be on The Tonight Show on Monday, December 18th. I guess. I don't know.
Good. He doesn't want to miss that. He was telling me in my dressing room before, the fiasco that was his show, that he doesn't want vacation. He was doing the whole rap about it.
I don't want vacation.
He goes, I negotiated for less vacation. I love working.
It has nothing to do with insecurity.
Well, I asked him, I said, Jay, are you so insecure that you wouldn't allow anybody to be a guest host? Because I was talking about the Larry Sanders Show, how funny it was when Sandra Bernhard was on, and she was the guest host, and Larry was freaking out. I said, why don't you have a guest host? You afraid? He's like, no, I'm not even on anymore. I don't even take a vacation. I don't want a vacation. I go, boy, you must have some home life that you can't even spend a day.
Don't want to go home, don't want to spend any time with Mavis at all.
Yeah, you just no vacation. You have no desire to do anything outside of work. 40 cars to fix. Yeah, and 40 cars to fix. Keep him busy in the garage.
He's a rich man now. He could buy a new car.
Well, I once got some free time, but I went out to entertain the troops in Bosnia. Next weekend, Jay's going to West Virginia to cook for the miners. He feels bad for them. Let's take a break, Rob, and come back and do the rest of the news right after this.
We'll be back with the Howard Stern Show. Don't go away. 97.1, The Eagle. We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Robin, what else is in the news?
Well, speaking of Bosnia, you'll be glad to know that Germany's parliament has made history by ordering the deployment of 4,000 German soldiers for peacekeeping duty in Bosnia.
I thought Germany wasn't allowed to have soldiers.
No, that was Japan.
How can we allow Germany to have soldiers?
Well, they happen to be a different race, those Japanese. Never trust them, but the Germans we may be able to trust. That's what people always say. Anyway.
Interesting what you're saying. I'm covering
the obvious difference is...
The chick!
It's the first time a large number of German troops have been in the region since the Nazi occupation of Yugoslavia.
Right.
And it paves the way for the largest German military mission abroad since World War II.
Right.
So there you go. Germany has an army on the move again.
We will begin in Bosnia. All right, good for the Germans. Back in business.
Oh, you're glad they're bouncing back, huh?
It's always fun to fight the Germans. Never had the pleasure.
Pope John Paul will be a poster boy for an AIDS awareness campaign in New York City, but not in the rest of the country.
Who, the Polacks?
The Polish Pope.
Polish Pope?
Organizers tell the Daily News that the ad would be so controversial it would detract from the message. So they're not going to show this in the rest of the country because too many people would be...
offended?
Just concentrating on the fact that the Pope was in the ad as opposed to what they're trying to promote, which is AIDS awareness. I think in the ad they say something like, if the Pope had AIDS or was HIV positive, he'd need a lot more than your prayers.
Yes.
But the rest of the world can't take that.
You're Polak. And Landers.
So they're going to tone it down for the rest of the country. We can handle it here. I can't separate these papers.
Why is it when Andy Rooney... What did he say again that almost got him fired?
I can't remember.
What was it that Jimmy Breslin said?
Jimmy Breslin said that blacks were breeded to be bigger and better athletes.
Oh, that was Jimmy the Greek.
Oh, that was Jimmy the Greek.
But
Jimmy
fine.
Breslin...
It's about a chink. But why is it that Jimmy the Greek got fired from his job at CBS for saying that the blacks were bred as slaves to be bigger, which basically is not necessarily wrong? Why is it he got fired and Ann Landers doesn't get fired from her syndication?
You want me to point out the difference here, too?
Please.
She's female.
And?
That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're saying femininity can work in the reverse?
Well, it basically means that her words don't mean anything. She is powerless. A white male is very powerful. If he's saying something like that, you got to get rid of him.
Good for you.
Shoot him down.
Good answer. I'll go with that.
What's she going to do anyway? She's just flapping her jaw.
Yeah. She's got those big flaps on her chest. How much harm could she do? So you're saying maybe we ought to change roles. I'll do the news, and you call the Pope a Polak. No one will think anything of it. But good observation. Go ahead.
Well, even when I do say something bad here, they accuse you of saying it.
That's true.
They always put the bad words come out of your mouth.
I know. Look at you.
I know.
I know.
Skating for a long time.
Skating on thin ice, though. Go ahead.
That's true. The FBI agents have recovered jewelry stolen from the Duchess of York and arrested a teenage baggage handler at Kennedy International Airport. The FBI says the diamond necklace and bracelet, reportedly worth about $380,000, were stolen on Monday before a British Airways flight left New York for London.
So you can't wear your expensive jewels at the airport.
Well, she wasn't wearing them. She had them in the luggage.
Oh, and they're saying he went through the luggage?
It sounds like, doesn't it?
Ow. Ow!
But in the article I read in the paper, they were sort of saying that they sort of telegraphed that they had something very valuable in this one bag.
I see.
Somehow. I don't know exactly how. But I thought it was interesting, the whole setup. Fergie has a lady in waiting. How come I don't have a lady in waiting?
Because you're a woman.
So her she had worn this necklace and bracelet at some function she was at the White House the night before this flight, and then she handed them over to the lady in waiting.
What's she waiting for?
And then the lady in waiting put them in this black suitcase. And she should have, I guess, carried them on
Wouldn't
board.
you carry that on?
But they wound up in the baggage compartment. And that's how the baggage handler got a hold of them. They thought it was either a baggage handler in New York or in London. Turns out, it seems, it was here.
Now, I realize what your Christmas gift's going to be.
What?
Gorillo is going to be your lady in waiting. I'm going to appoint him lady in waiting. Now you have one. How's that?
Thank you so much. I've always wanted this. This is finally the greatest gift
Gorillo,
you have ever given me.
come here. I have to dress you for lady in waiting.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So, are they saying that the lady in waiting had anything to do with this? Because how would this guy know that there were jewels in that bag?
I don't know.
No, we don't want you, Gorilla, unless you want to put a dress on.
Yeah, dress him up in a dress.
Excuse me, do you need me?
I am the lady in waiting.
So, wow. How do you like
I
that?
don't know if it was the way she was carrying on around the bag, or if somebody was watching her and saw her putting this case inside the bag. You never know.
Yeah. If I had $350,000 on me, I would make sure I carried it on the plane. I wouldn't leave it in some bag.
Yes, but you come from humble beginnings.
Yes.
You might be thinking about losing.
And how did the jerk get caught who stole it?
I don't know. He put it in the, they found it in a locker. He must have been bragging, I guess.
What a douchebag. But she's a listener. Maybe when he wore it, when he went out, on a date, they spotted him with it.
Yes.
How many guys you know have jewels like that?
Well, they were saying, this was a bad robbery anyway, because these would have been an almost impossible defense.
Right.
They're not just regular jewels. Everybody knows this piece, apparently. So they wouldn't have been easy to unload. An 88-year-old man has been indicted for the fatal shooting of his wheelchair-bound wife. In November, police say Richard Savage of Nanuet in Rockland County also tried to commit suicide and ended up wounding himself in the side. So it was one of those murder-suicide things, I guess.
Right.
Only he didn't do a good job on himself. His wife is dead.
Let's see.
And now he's being charged with murder. The wife was found slumped over in her wheelchair. So I don't know how I feel about that. 88-year-old man. Surely he's not going to hurt anybody else.
Right. Let him out.
What are we doing here? It's probably one of those mercy things where they couldn't take care of each other anymore, and they decided it was time to go.
Yeah, now the guy's finally single.
Oh,
now he can't date. Too old to date, and now he's going to be in jail.
But he was trying to kill himself, too. He wanted to go, too.
Right.
Give him his wish. I think that would be the most appropriate thing.
Let's take a break and come back and do more news, Robin.
We got a break again?
Well, why not? That's how you make money in this business. How are you going to pay Jackie's salary if you don't take a break?
Keep your mouth shut. Jackie, give us this time.
All right, go ahead. Keep talking.
Don't even ask him for it.
All right, let's go to a break.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 97.1, The Eagle. It's The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
I was thinking about that last story you did. That's a pretty cool way to, if you don't like your wife, how to get rid of her. You shoot her, right? And then you say, and then you aim your gun at yourself, and you don't even hit yourself.
Yeah, graze yourself.
And you call the cops. You say, look, my wife and I had a suicide pact. I shot her, and then I missed when I shot myself. That was a bad shot. Okay, I have to go date now, Your Honor. I have to go home, Your Honor.
I don't know.
That's a wild story.
Yeah, but 88, that's a kind of late to wait.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
To bump off your wife so you can date.
Indeed. What else is in the news? Anything, Robin?
Of course.
Right.
I see that O.J. Simpson is negotiating with CNN
CNN
Try
should
to get a berth on TV to proclaim his innocence and tell his side of the story.
Yeah, sure. I heard
However, they say that the negotiations aren't going well.
Right.
It seems that if you want to ask OJ questions,
Okay.
problem.
Right.
That's always the hang-up. You actually want to ask me questions?
I would love to answer questions about how I'm handling my life since prison.
I would love to.
But I do not wish to comment on the civil suit.
It happens.
Yeah, he's always hung up. He can't talk, but I want to come on and clear my name.
I would love to talk about my 2 children, Sydney and Justin, and the other 2, the black ones.
Oh, stop.
Thank you. Arnell and Orenthal Jr.
Is OJ's son a junior?
I don't know. He sure don't look
I
it.
thought his name was Jay. No, that's the youngest one.
I call those 2 my black children, and the other 2 my white children. I would love to talk about my friend Kardashian.
But this may be something you don't know about. OJ is also negotiating. Well, anyway, with the CNN deal, they think it might not happen.
Yeah.
First of all, they say they can't come to terms with OJ, and it seems that he's out of the deal. But they say, we're still. They have high hopes that we'll eventually be able to make this.
Why
happen.
don't they promise him anything? Get him on TV.
And then rip him anew.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, why is everyone being so polite?
Look, CNN, I would love to do the interview. I'll discuss anything but the beheading.
It's funny because I saw that one quote from OJ after the whole thing fell through with NBC.
Yes.
Was that it sounded like they were sharpening their knives.
I would love a nice fluff piece. Why can't Diane Sawyer interview me? Or
Funny
Barbara
how,
Walters?
OJ always goes to a knife analogy.
Yeah, they're trying to prepare the knife. Gee, OJ, you seem to have knives on your mind an awful lot.
That is a coincidence. It cannot be held against you. Go
But what you
figure.
don't know is that OJ is negotiating a multi-million-dollar deal for marketing a $29.95 video proclaiming his innocence.
I want to see the video store that carries that.
The Daily News reports OJ hopes to sign with a Los Angeles-based infomercial firm.
I'd like to see the TV station that runs that infomercial.
As soon as some well-known personality agrees to appear with him in the 2-hour video titled OJ Speaks Out.
Fred Norris will appear. What?
I'll do it.
Oh, Jackie, there you go.
Jackie steps up to the plate.
Me and Sirianni.
Both of you.
There.
Would you do it, Jackie?
She can play Nicole.
She can play that.
He can really stab her. I don't care. I just want to break into show business.
There is no personality beside maybe Dionne Warwick who would do an infomercial.
They say he would receive $3 million upon completion of the video and an infomercial, and up to $10 million if the tape sells well.
You know what? I would respect somebody more for doing an infomercial with OJ than doing one of those psychic lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you got some real goods here. You got OJ.
Yeah. The psychic line, I mean,
And everybody's doing a psychic line. I told you I saw Philip Michael Thomas has a psychic hotline that he has an infomercial for while we were out in Los Angeles. And then I saw one with Billy D. Williams.
Yeah. Wow, that one I believe. Because he picks the psychics personally. Those are his hand-picked psychics.
That's what everybody's saying.
You don't realize. Those are professional psychics.
Anyway, the success of the deal would also hinge on whether television stations would sell Simpson airtime to broadcast the infomercial. Can you imagine an infomercial with OJ?
Hello, my name is OJ. Maybe you've heard of me. I would love to tell my side of the story. And if you buy my videotape, you will learn the truth.
Huh? You must have read the script.
Really?
In the video, Simpson would explain his side of the story, responding to charges he beat and abused his wife during their marriage.
Buy my tape or I'll kill you.
And in the infomercial, he would advertise the video and offer a toll-free number to place orders.
I would love to have you buy my videotape. Please buy this tape.
Who is coming up with these harebrained schemes?
Fred Norris.
It's like he lives below the apartment with Norton in the top.
I told
and he
you.
and Norton are constantly talking over these get-rich-quick schemes.
I was contacted. I really was. I was asked if I would appear in a pay-per-view special with OJ.
A pay-per-view special,
Yeah.
not the infomercial.
No, not the infomercial.
They haven't contacted you about that.
Well, that I do. I'm trying to start a psychic hotline. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to go,
OJ is our psychic.
No, I'll just sit there and go, you know what? I predict Dionne Warwick's nostrils will get bigger. And then everyone will see it'll come true, and then everyone will call my psychic line.
I thought that was rather incredible. O.J. in an infomercial.
All white women watching, please send me your number and neck size. Just a joke. I would love to explain to CNN and to all the people about my lifestyle now that I am sequestered in my own home. It is unfair. I was found innocent.
I would buy an O.J. tape if he really told the truth and just said,
Look, now that I have been found innocent, I can tell you, I killed the bitch. I don't think it was any shock to any smart-thinking person that I killed her. Now,
well, I still wonder where this great effort is to find the real killers.
I'm doing that from the golf course. How many times I have to tell you that, woman?
I suspect that the killer was a golfer.
I believe I have traced him to the golf course. I think he's the ball boy.
And now my search is being hindered because people are banning me from their golf course.
The shoes that the killer were wearing, I know I own a pair. They are very expensive shoes. Only a man who golfs would have that kind of money and free time. So I will begin my search on the golf course. I believe he is hiding in a sand trap. I have tracked some shoe prints here. You know, I wear Bertolucci shoes, or whatever they are.
Bruno Mali.
I wear Bruno Mali.
Because I mauled my wife.
And the same killer was wearing Bruno Mali. Good golly, Miss Bruno Mali.
What else is in the news, Robin? Anything?
Did you see that picture of Whoopi in the paper today? You said she was unattractive. How dare you?
I must have been wrong.
Whoopi is running around free again. I read in one of the tabloids she had to pay this new husband another $1 million or so to get rid of him.
Really?
Yeah, because she wants to, make sure he doesn't talk about her now that the marriage is over. That's what they say in the tabs.
That's a picture of Whoopi? I thought that was Johnny Cochran.
Oh, stop it.
In one of those ganja wigs. I could swear there's a mustache.
You are so cruel to Whoopi. I don't know.
I love Whoopi.
Big headline on the cover of the Post today is if the governor is doing something terribly wrong.
Governor's only doing good things.
Did you see that?
What did they say?
They're advertising that Governor Pataki wants to change the requirements for the school grants that the state gives.
God
he
bless
wants
him.
to require the students to maintain a C average or above.
Yeah. In other words, if you don't have a passing average, the governor wants to take away your school loan. This guy is so on target. Everyone screams.
Why did they put that that headline in the paper like that's a bad thing? Students must have a C.
Yeah, if you're not getting a C, why are you in school? You're not that into it. Here's the point. You got a governor who was screaming the whole time that Cuomo wasn't cutting the budget. Now you finally got a guy who's willing to cut the budget. And listen, it's never popular to cut something. Somewhere somebody who's getting an F in school wants to stay there.
Yeah, but, I'm talking about the newspaper. The newspaper decided to present this story in this way, like it's a bad thing to have standards.
It should say on the front page, here's what the front page should say of the New York Post. God bless the first great governor of New York State in a long time.
What are we doing maintaining flunking students? They don't have, they as long as they're not flunking out. But a D student?
If 60 Minutes did a report, it came on and they said, did you know that taxpayers' money is going to support these students, these so-called students who can't even pass? Everyone would be outraged and say, why doesn't somebody do something about it? So now you have Governor Pataki. He's sitting there and he actually can do something about it. He sees that people who get a D in school, they shouldn't be there. They should be out doing something else. Scholarly pursuits are not their strong suit. Like my father had to pay for me to go to college because there was no way I was going to get into a state school. My father had to pay for me. Paid $5,000 a year to send me to Boston University, and I had to go to retard Boston University before I could matriculate into the regular Boston University. 2 years I was in something called basic studies where retards would go to learn. You had to prove to them that you could learn the basics.
Yeah. But if you had brought home D's every year...
My father would have thrown me out of school. Therefore, I graduated magna cum laude because I knew that my father was paying. Now, if I knew someone was paying for me to go to school...
And they're going to pay as long as I just eke through.
Yeah, for 4 years, I'll hang out.
That's right.
So Pataki's saying, as your daddy, since you've appointed me your daddy, I'm going to give you money to go to school. I want you to maintain a C average. This guy is so on target, is so on the ball... This guy should have his feet kissed when he walks into a room.
But we should also point out that the New York Post is out of its mind to say there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, what does the headline say? Read that to me.
I don't have the cover of the paper. Wait a minute. Here it is.
Go ahead.
Found it.
What's it say?
Poor grades will cost you.
Yeah. You see, that's not governor to students.
Students at Cooney and SUNY must keep a C average or lose state aid under Pataki's proposal. Like,
wonderful.
That's a bad deal. We should be congratulating the governor for having some good sense.
Cooney and SUNY. Doesn't she date Woody Allen? What else is in the news, Robin?
I just found that awful and brazen, and I thought I'd point it out. That we have a culture now that celebrates mediocrity.
Oh, there you go. You are right.
They are continuing their, the Post is also continuing its attack on Charles Perez. I don't know what he did to them.
Oh, they're right about that.
Yesterday they had a story in the paper about a situation where they claim the Charles Perez producers knew that a woman was impersonating another person, and they allowed her to come on the show, and they even had her forge this woman's name on a permission slip.
Those are all fake.
Today, they have an article in the paper that says a couple of different guys have checks from the Charles Perez show to show that they were told to come on and tell bogus stories about their lives. So they really have a vendetta against Charles Perez. That show hardly has ratings. Why not go after the big one?
Perez is a Spanish word that means hire phonies for television shows. Everybody knows that.
I just don't know why they're picking on his show in particular.
Because it's horrible.
The girl who was jabbed with the hypodermic needle on the subways, I told you yesterday, she's now going to have to be tested periodically to determine whether she is HIV positive as a result. Today I discover that, you know, in our state law, there is no way to require the person who jabbed her with the hypodermic needle to take a test to see if he's HIV positive.
That's true. We've known that for a while, actually, because every time one of these criminals rapes, you cannot force the rapist.
It slipped my mind because I just thought, how bizarre.
You cannot force the rapist to take a blood test.
Yeah, they could volunteer, I suppose, but you can't force them to do it.
That's right.
Now, there's a big debate going on as to whether this should or shouldn't be happening. Some legislators want to change state law to make it possible to make it mandatory for such cases that the assailant would be required to take a test. Here is Assemblyman Steve Kaufman.
Oh, Steve Kaufman has something to say? All right. I don't know him.
He should also be tested because she's entitled to the best information she can get.
Of course.
To determine her medical picture and what she should do. And part of that information will be testing the assailant to determine his status.
Well, of course. Why would you make a person suffer through 6 months of waiting to find out if they have AIDS after they've been the victim of an attack?
Well, there are other arguments, Howard. Here's Mark Elovitz of the ACLU.
Mark Elovitz?
Mm-hmm.
The calls for such testing are the kind of uninformed, hysterical reaction to any situation involving potential HIV transmission.
So he's it's hysteria. Because the guy could be HIV positive and test negative for a time, giving you a false sense of security.
Yeah, but so what?
She should be tested anyway. So.
Everyone should be tested. Fred should be tested. Go ahead.
Moving on, Barbara Walters did do her interviews with the 10 most fascinating people she's found over the year of 1995. And
someone ought to test her.
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell.
An author, a former Joint Chief of Staff, and now the subject of many questions about whether he will ever run for president.
Oh, please.
Here is Barbara Walters and Colin Powell on that decision right now not to run.
It's ridiculous. Show is a farce.
I more easily fit within the Republican Party than the Democratic Party at the moment. But at the same time, I have some reservations about parts of the Republican agenda, and I will be working within the party to make those reservations known.
I'm with you, and the guy who was great at sort of eliminating all the negative of the Republican Party was Arlen Specter, but nobody paid attention to him. The worst part of this special was Barbara Walters interviewing that nitwit John F. Kennedy Jr., who absolutely has no reason to be interviewed. He has done nothing in his life except be born.
I would have liked her explanation of why he's fascinating.
He's fascinating because he's got a nice ass, because he's got all day and night to rollerblade so his ass gets in shape. If I had all day and night with all that money to rollerblade, I would
be fascinating too.
I would be so fascinating you women wouldn't keep your hands off me. I'd have to be single because I'd have to do you all a favor and have sex with you. And I'll tell you something. This Barbara Walters really proved that she had nothing to ask him. She says to him, so tell me, John F. Kennedy Jr., this is how she talks. She goes, this is true. What kind of vegetables do you like?
What's your favorite vegetable?
Can you imagine? And he answers her with a straight face. He goes, spinach. She goes, mothers all over America will love you. Now, this guy is a guy, his mother, Jacqueline Kennedy, was a brilliant woman. She knew to keep him off camera and out of sight and out of earshot because the kid really has nothing to say. He wasn't an outstanding Kennedy. He didn't have the brain power, didn't have the schooling, didn't have anything. She knew him. She knew him. When she was alive, she kept him out, kept him on dates. And when she died, this guy started opening his mouth. And she knew he don't have anything to say. You think he took the bar 3 times. You know, there were lawyers who are half conscious take the bar and pass it.
He went to a great school.
Yeah.
Right?
So the mother died. Now he's opening his yap, and you can see there's nothing really for him to say or do. There's no. So somebody said, "Well, you run for senator. Senator of what? Senator of what? Bosnia? Not the United States." I mean, he should be interviewed about his sexual prowess. What is it like in Iraq with Daryl Hannah? But nobody asked him that because it's a boring interview. So they asked him what his favorite vegetable was. And Barbara Walters works with about 6 cameras. You can see they edit the show to hell. They give him an interview about 10 minutes, and they do about 9 hours worth of interviewing to suck out 10 minutes of interesting stuff. And now I guess he gets on. I didn't see the interview. He must talk about he's a publisher now, or an editor, they call him. Can you imagine what an insult that is? I got an editor, Judith Regan, went to Vassar. Brilliant woman, can sit and write, can edit, can do all kinds of things. He has a flair for this kind of thing. This guy, he couldn't edit a joke book. So tell me, John F. Kennedy Jr., what is your favorite vegetable? Sonny Von Bulow. That would have been wittier.
Let's move on. There's a lot to cover.
Sorry, Rob.
You're getting caught up on JFK Jr.
Sorry, Rob. I just know that.
It's like a slowly I turn thing.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
ABC is thinking of competing with CNN.
Good.
Today they announced that they're going to launch a 24-hour cable news network. And
I'm glad.
This is at the same time we've heard that Rupert Murdoch of Fox is also thinking of competing with CNN. Here is ABC's Roone Arledge.
This is exciting.
Talk about why they have a better shot at competing with CNN than Fox does.
Yeah.
The difference in us and Rupert Murdoch is that we have a news organization. And that we have almost in place right now the facilities and the people to start this.
Ruined. Ted Turner didn't even have a pot to piss in, and he
managed to put it all together.
A news organization.
But now, there's already one of those. He's saying if you're going to compete with him, maybe you ought to have a little bit of credibility, a little bit of a staff.
Yeah, but also you got to have some new ideas, Ruin. That's the problem. If you make a news organization like the one at ABC, people will snort to death. Look. I don't care who starts a new news organization. I like competition. I like to see new channels. I like all of it is exciting.
You like all that stuff?
I'm still trying to get a satellite in my house. I want to pick up some of these new channels, like the food channel.
What's wrong with you? Why can't you get one?
I can't get it because my wife is busy.
Your wife is busy.
I tell her what to do, and she don't listen.
Put up the satellite herself.
Yeah, I told her to walk around with a dish on her head. I said, call the guy and get me a satellite.
Do you eat a lot of tomato products?
Are you asking me my favorite vegetable? My favorite vegetable is ice cream. Do I eat a lot of tomato products? Yes, I do. I have cut down, but I do eat tomato products.
Well, you'll be interested to note that the Journal of the National Cancer Institute finds that men who ate at least 10 weekly servings of tomato-based foods were 45% less likely to develop prostate cancer.
No, my prostate is clean as a whistle.
Well, just keep up the tomatoes.
Oh, excuse me, Robin, but that also cleans me out. That disgusting sound just helped my prostate. It gives me a Kegel reflex.
Of course, everybody's been wondering now that the Beatles are out with that new compilation of music.
Yes. I would never buy that.
And the anthology has been on TV.
If you gave that to me for free, I wouldn't buy that.
What Yoko Ono thinks of all this. I mean, we've seen George, Paul, and Ringo together. But where's Yoko?
Oh, I just passed the tomato.
Oh, stop it. Here is Yoko Ono.
All
She says she's happy with the Beatles anthology, the TV documentary. She says she thought it came out beautifully.
Me? Happy?
I don't know if
I like it.
Scott numbered these for you.
That's
but
all right.
These probably would be among the unnumbered ones.
Yes, I have it. I'm under control.
Very good.
Yes, this is Sean. I'm Sean's friends, and I think that generation, I was kind of worried about what that generation would think, you know. And they all seem to be very happy with it. They were very excited. And, well, they were just sitting there. I mean, usually, if the program is not right, you know, I'll see them disappearing from the room, or they'll be going to the fridge or something. But no, they were just mesmerized, and so it must have been good.
This woman has no clue to what she's talking about. All right, you know. Tell Julian to stop calling me. Who knows what she's talking about? Nobody knows. She wants to be a philosopher, but nobody knows what she's philosophizing about.
Sean and Julian Lennon were
fighting over the money.
Mentioned as stand-ins for John in the event the Beatles do a live reunion.
Well, Julian has some talent. I don't know about this other one.
Yoko doesn't think that it should happen that way. Here she is again.
Again with an opinion.
Because the three boys created something together, and it would be very difficult for somebody else to come into that, you know.
Well, you came into it.
They would feel that way too, I'm sure. And I think it's right that if they're going to go on tour or something like that, they would probably feel more comfortable just doing by themselves.
Must kill the other Beatles when she starts commenting on like what she thinks should be going on. Must be an absolute irritant that they have to deal with her. The three boys created something. No one else should interfere with that. Meanwhile, she constantly interferes with it. I represent John. I tell you what you can do and what you can't do. Yeah, good.
Yoko has a new album out. Her first solo music project in more than a decade, and she says it features her son's band backing her.
They have to be. She has to be paying somebody to get these record deals. I mean, I don't know one person who is a Yoko Ono fan.
Making his debut as a rock musician, Sean's band is called Eno. So here is Yoko talking about her new backing band, Eno.
Eno.
Eno is a Japanese word that means now. And Sean just got into his roots and kind of got interested in Japanese language and things like that. And so he named that band. And it's a very cooking band, you know.
Cool. Mom.
So there you have it. Yoko's still around. We got to get her new album. Take a listen to it.
Is it out?
I guess she's promoting it. That's why she's talking. They say she has a new album out.
Gary, give me the new Eno album. The new Yoko Ono LP. If you would, for tomorrow's show. Thank you.
I would love to hear Yoko's music, see how it's grown.
It's #1 on the New York Times bestseller list, Yoko's new album.
The Christmas season has officially begun. They lit the tree in Rockefeller Center last night. Here's a little bit of Luther Vandross singing.
Did you watch this?
While the tree lighting was going on.
I thought Katie Couric was going to orgasm right into her panties when all this was going on. Clogging up traffic while this is going on. No one can get through. I got to get home. There's still cars parked out there. It's so noisy. You know, everything echoes in that Rockefeller Center. You can't even hear anything.
Why would you say that?
Oh.
Kerr called Jesus a schmuck. It was really awful. Just kidding. All right.
It was pretty funny. I saw the one thing I did see was that they had a minister come and try to explain to us what Christmas is all about. Remind us that it's not just the shopping.
Yeah, some guys got to remind us. You know, Jesus and Christmas is so much more than just gifts. Yeah. Tell that to my kids.
1 in 10 boys has been kicked in the groin by another kid, often a girl.
Yeah, that has happened to me. I was kicked in the groin by a girl in Washington, D.C. about 15 years ago.
Well, how did that happen?
You know exactly how it happened. Yeah. No, I did get kicked in the groin. I've been kicked in the groin several times. I got to tell you, it's the worst.
I think they're trying to blame movies for this, too.
No, not movies.
They say that the groin kick is a favorite of Hollywood researchers. But a favorite of Hollywood. You know, they're always showing that in the movies. Whenever a guy attacks you, you try to go for the groin.
Duh.
But researchers say it's no laughing matter. It causes physical and emotional injury.
Of course.
Because of the intensity of the pain involved in this kind of an act, you can imagine how it may give a child a lot of concern.
Yes.
Well, they don't tell me what those concerns are. I think what they're trying to say here, however, is that we need to educate people.
Not to kick each other in the nuts.
Not to go for the groin. Most cases occurred in 7th and 8th grades when children enter puberty and are preoccupied with their genitals.
Yeah. I'm still preoccupied. What does that mean?
You're in 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
Boys with a physical limitation, usually eyeglasses or asthma, were 3 times more likely than other boys to get kicked in the groin. Wow, I didn't know that.
I wear glasses and I can barely breathe. Anything else, Robin?
Wait a minute. 40% of assaults were by girls who said they were being harassed.
They were kicked in the nuts?
The girls kicked because the boys were harassing them, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And that most boys do not tell an adult about the assault once it happens. And finally today, I don't know what it is about you guys and your penises, but this has been happening a lot. Another man, this time in Union City, Tennessee, who wanted to be a woman, has cut off his penis with a machete.
Yes.
He had tried to go the conventional route, but he was turned down by several doctors when he approached them for a sex change operation.
Well, I guess now he'll have one.
This is a 35-year-old man who severed his penis on Monday as he lay on a coffee table. He cut it all the way off except for about 1/4 of an inch. Maybe a 1/2 inch, according
But that'll be the clitoris now.
And the penis wasn't found. He told them that his girlfriend... What?
It was still in the pencil sharpener.
No. He told... The guy who cut off his penis says his girlfriend fed it to the dog.
No. The dog ate it? And did the dog eat it?
Well, if it's gone, they can't find it. What would you say?
I'd wait for it to come out. You usually pass that. Wow.
So there you have it, the sad story of another misplaced penis.
Maybe the dog buried it in the backyard.
Well, all I know is it still hasn't been found yet.
Good for you, Robin. Good reporting.
So there, they say the guy often dressed as a woman, you know,
Yes.
when he was arrested in the past on charges ranging from drunken driving to aggravated burglary. He has been found in women's clothing. So.
Yeah, it's easy to, it's easy to spot a guy when he's dressed as a woman burglarizing your house.
Climbing through your window in pumps.
Well, thanks, Robin. Hey, by the way,
happening.
Robin's in Playboy, if you want to read her 20 questions. It's the one with Pamela Anderson on the cover. My book is on sale. I'll be in Philadelphia Saturday at 10 a.m. at Tower Books to sign your book. Be happy to do it. We'll all get together. We'll all get to meet each other. It'll be a lot of fun. Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe, get your wild 90-minute joke video, Who Farted I Smelted. It's only $15 plus $4 shipping and handling. We get that by calling 1-800-323-KING. Let me remind you about the holiday Jingle Ball special. Buy two. Yeah, buy two, get one free. This Friday, Jackie will be at the Comedy Loft in the Orangeburg Holiday Inn with Jake Thomas on keyboards. It's always a special show when Jake is there.
Jakey and Joke.
Jake drowns out Jackie. For information and Jokeland's internet address, call 516-922-WINE. This Saturday, King Norris Fred's band comes to Jay Mallory's in Gloucester, New Jersey. I thought that was a joke. I didn't know the name was really King Norris. King Norris.
Don't miss Stuttering John appearing in Tony and Tina's wedding every Wednesday and Thursday night. For more information and to get a signed copy of John's compact disc, call 201-942-OUCH.
John claims his acting kept him out yesterday.
Yeah, we wouldn't let him in the door. Hate the way he acts. Don't miss Dee Snider's SMFs playing Twisted Sister songs on Saturday, December 9th at Mother's in Wayne, New Jersey. Congratulations, Dee. And if you're planning a wedding or party and you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-5040. We'll see you tomorrow.